Yo, 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 what's up, Notorious Money fam? Welcome to the Notorious Money Podcast, episode 4, dropping right now. It's your boy Adrian, so blessed for episode 4, for another day and another dollar. And so far, I just hope that you've been appreciating the videos. Obviously, in this reboot, I'm still trying to find my swag, just getting back into it. Something that's been so cool is to be able to, I've just been thinking a lot, like, with money, there's so many different topics, there's so many different things, and if you've just started joining or just tuning in with this video, something that I really want to do is really reverse engineer finances. There's so many people, I mean, whether it's the old heads, right, your grandparents, or the Dave Ramseys of the world that just start with, oh, you have to eliminate debt, you have to get rid of debt no matter what, and just save every single penny and put it in your piggy bank jar. I really want to reverse engineer and talk about how, like, before you even start talking about money and what you're supposed to do with it, the first thing you have to do is just sit down for 10 minutes, grab a notebook or open up a doc on your computer and start typing and describing what a rich life looks like and means to you. Because I'll tell you one thing, my rich life is going to look different to your rich life. Like I have different things. Like for you, it might be sipping on a piña colada on a beach in Mexico or Hawaii, right? And for me, it might be like, having a library, like owning a whole library, having a basement downstairs, a man cave with a library, and a big screen, like a movie theater, so I could watch my sports games. So that might be a rich life to me, and then for you, it could mean something different. But did you know that so many of us as human beings, especially nowadays with the grind, we never sit down and just, because we're always grinding, and we think that our dreams are so far away from us, all we do is not ever sit down. And I mean, there's a lot of people, right, that are doing yoga and meditating, doing these things, but we never sit down for like just 10 minutes and write down or dream about what our rich life looks like if we had all the money in the world. So that's the first thing that I want you guys to think of, like, as we get on this journey together, is, take 10 minutes. That's the first commitment that you could do, is take 10 minutes and dream about your rich life. Really sit down and imagine it hard. Imagine it, like, be creative. Think of all the things that you love that you would do with your free time now if you didn't have to go clock into work, or even if you just barely started a business, but it's still going. Like, really think about, like, what your rich life looks like. Like, for example, for people, for example, like my father, right? Like he's like that type of person that I kind of fear for him not having stuff to do when he does retire. He's nearing that age of retirement. He's always worked for a small business and he's always worked with his hands. But, I just kind of fear that for him, it's always been like he loves having stuff to do. Even in retirement, like he's not the type of person that, even with all the money in the world, would go off and do crazy stuff. Like, pretty minimalist. And I think, like, for him and for my mom, I think that's something that that it would be like a blend, right? She would love to travel, but also just to be next to her family is her biggest thing. And then for my father, it's just having stuff to do, like being able to work and help people, and stay busy and stay active. So, right, like, it could be as simple as that, but really, like, think about, like, the nuances and how you want to live that rich life. Now, after you imagine your rich life and how it could look like now, then think about, the next step is think about how your retirement would look like. Think about your retirement, and hopefully, like, your retirement and your perfect dream life match, because you're still going to be doing the same thing in retirement. And then what we're going to do is we're going to walk it back, and then we're going to say, okay, with those things that you want to do in retirement, how can you at a granular level, or at a basic level right now, where with the situation that you're in now, whether you're making more than 6 figures a year, millions of dollars, billions of dollars, or just living on a regular medium income salary, how can you progress towards living that rich life? And how can you do activities, maybe not at that large of a scale, but at a microscopic scale that you can enjoy and plan out throughout the year, where then you can automate your finances and your money. You know, when me and Katie, and Katie being my wife, when we go to the groceries, we try not to wing it. And I would assume that a lot of people don't try to wing it, right? Because if you go to the groceries and you wing it, you're just gonna end up buying everything in the store, especially if you're hungry, right? If you're hungry, you go to the groceries. This is the worst thing you could do. You're just gonna start buying everything, the Oreos, the Chips Ahoy. You know, you're just gonna go crazy on everything. Like, next thing you know, you're buying animal crackers, you're buying chicken tenders at the deli. Buying soda, and then on top of that, buying everything for the week. You know, you're going off. You're treating yourself right there and then, but then you're still doing groceries on top for the week, and you don't know what you're doing. And then usually it takes you even more time at the groceries. But those people that have a plan, that can plan out, okay, and this is what me and Katie always try to do, is we plan out, okay, for next week, we're gonna cook 6 to 7 times out of the week, or 5 to 7, whatever the range may be, and we're going to plan those 5 meals. Okay, what do we want to make next week? And then when we go to the grocery store, we pick out the items that go with those meals, and then if we want any snacks or anything miscellaneous, we go ahead and we choose that, right? But there's not a surprise, and we're very efficient at it just because we know like what we're going to eat, what we're going to consume. And it's the same thing with your finances. Like, if you don't know what you want, what you're gonna cook out of life, what you're gonna make out of life, and what you want for your rich life, because to tell you the truth, when I go to the groceries and I'm picking out the meals, I want delicious meals for the week, right? Like, I'm not trying to cut back on food. And maybe for you, cutting back on food is a way that you save money. And I don't know. I feel that in the long term that doesn't make sense, right? Because cutting back on food now, like and eating like cheaper food now, in the long run, from what I've heard, like from my wife, she tells me that long term, you'll have health problems and health issues that cost even more. Anyways, that's a different episode for the podcast in and of itself. But with your finances, you have to think of what it is that you want on the menu of life, and then what's your dream rich life, and then from there plan what you're going to do, plan your meals, plan your experiences, plan what you want to do with your money so that you can automate it. You see, a rich life doesn't happen in your bank account. It never has and never will. Like those people that just wake up in the morning and just are looking, constantly logging in every second to check their money, if it moved or what happened to every single penny, or constantly checking the stock market and stressing out. Like, see, that's not a rich life. See, your rich life happens outside of your bank account. Your rich life doesn't happen at Fidelity Investments. Your rich life doesn't happen at Charles Schwab. Your rich life doesn't happen at your local credit union. It doesn't happen at JP Morgan Chase. Your rich life happens outside of those accounts and happens when you have experiences, you build relationships, and you give back to others that are less fortunate than you. And then you magnify those experiences, those life experiences that you have. That's what a rich life is. That's where the rich life happens. So today's quote of the day, again coming from El Más Grande, the greatest of them all, the GOAT. Jesus said, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." So if your money is your treasure, those who love money never have enough. So therefore, they really don't have treasure. And you cannot have your heart be in money, because money is a currency that they don't take in heaven, or they don't take in the next life. Whatever you believe in, whichever God you believe in, He's not going to accept your money and your inflated currency. Like it's not going to happen. So money isn't something that's accepted in the next life. But what is accepted is what's here and what's here, right? Knowledge, how you invest in knowledge, and how you develop yourself, and you have experiences that help you become better, give, and put a smile on someone else's face. That's a rich life. Having your heart in that's a man or woman who has it all. So think of your rich life, and I can't wait. Like, if you have anything that you've never experienced, or if you want to drop a sentence maybe on what your rich life looks like, I'd love to hear it. please post a comment down below. Like if you want to join in this exercise, and we'll be doing many more exercises like this as I continue spitting out and creating more of these videos, and I deliver the value. Like, I'm not going to create an online course. I mean, maybe down the road if this is something that, you know, a lot of people want to do, but I'm giving you guys the course as I go right now. So take it, enjoy it, love the ride. Notorious Money, your boy Adrian. Thank you guys so much. God bless.